You guys are going down big time.
We'll find out 1 hour from now.
Talking time is up, boys. Let's hit the beach.
ESPN, the Total Sports Network, presents the $1 million Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. This weekend, it's the Outdoor Products Shootout from Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Hot fun in the summertime at the Jersey Shore. Hi everybody, I'm Duffy Wilson and welcome to the 8th stop of the 1994 Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. This weekend from Seaside Heights, New Jersey, two teams in our final. It's Team Speedo going up against Team Paul Mitchell. They've both won one tournament this year, and they're both looking for that elusive second victory. Joining me on the telecast, our ESPN volleyball analyst, John Lee. John, the matchup between Speedo and Paul Mitchell, what is it?
Well, it's windy, that's what it is. The wind is absolutely howling down there on the court, and both teams, their design is to get the ball to the big man in the middle. For Paul Mitchell, it's Craig Buck. He's just a dynamo. And for Speedo, Doug Partee. He's their middleman, 6'6". Both of them want to use these men. You can't use that man in the middle without a pass, so they've got to harness that wind and make that good serve receive.
It's going to be a great match from Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Let's get down to the beach. 75 degrees on the shore. The wind is blowing off the Atlantic at about 15 miles per hour, John. And the sand here at Seaside Heights is deep.
It's very deep, and that complicates things for people trying to get up out of it. Both the scramblers who are trying to dig the ball and pass, and the guys that are trying to jump. Look at how deep that is. It's the deepest guys have run into all season long.
The finals of stop number 8. Team Speedo won the round-robin competition. They're going up against Paul Mitchell, who advanced over Team Sony AutoSound in the semifinals. Speedo can't wait. That's a team, John, that has been thumped or did the thumping.
Well, they've had a very difficult season so far. Here they find themselves winning pool play and coming right here to the finals. Here's what they have to do. They have to pass that ball well enough to get Doug Partee banging away. Now, Doug Lyles is the big banger on the right side, and he's been doing a fabulous job, too, of hitting that right side for them. So that's been the big change in their competence. Doug Partee, the team captain, he's the big blocker, too.
Doug Partee leading his Team Speedo onto the court as we were ready to go. Doug says, hang on a second, I'm going to clean off the glasses. I'm not ready. The fans are ready. Listen to this crowd.
Now, Craig Buck, the big name and the big man for Team Paul Mitchell.
He had a great semifinal. Craig Buck is playing very well.
He's the kind of guy, Duffy, that can just take over a game, both blocking and offensively. He can just go into a zone where nobody can get as high as he can and nobody can stop him.
Yeah, just ask the Russians. They found that out in many international matches.
Well, domination is nothing new to Craig, but he wants it to happen right here on the court right now.
Rudy Dvorak will serve, as we see. Service from the back of Rudy. He's serving off the wind now. They're on the bad side of Speedo. Here comes Paul Mitchell. Craig Buck gets a nice little one set from Eric Sato and a side out.
We saw the wind blowing that ball around, making it tough for Mike Deagle to serve receive, but Sato got the ball up, not quite up high enough for where Craig Buck likes it, but Buck still put the ball away.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Paul Mitchell. Their setter is Eric Sato, 5'10" U.S. team defensive specialist. The captain is Jeff Williams from UCLA, a national champion and an All-American. On the outside, it's the rookie from UCLA, Mike Deal, 6'6", 210. And Craig Buck, the middle blocker, 2 times an Olympic gold medalist, 6'9", 205. Outside is Lyles, and he is stuffed by Deal.
Mike Deal, only a rookie, but he's had a little trouble this tournament. He's one of the men who's had trouble with this deep sand. There's the set, and we'll watch him all alone get up and rise. He's a great jumper, a great physical specimen. He needs to have a big final.
Sato at the service line. And Sato aces down and dirty in front of Lyles.
Sato is on the good side, and he's got a great jump serve. That was one of his specialties for the U.S. national team.
We've got a score. It is 2-0. The lead goes to Paul Mitchell early in the match here from Seaside Heights, and we'll be right back. The 1994 Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour is brought to you by Bud Light. Make it a Bud Light. And by Outdoor Products. Backpacks made right here in the USA. Welcome back to Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Let's take a look at the action this weekend, John. Champion, what happened to Bob and the boys?
Only 1-3, and how disappointing that is. They did have a great final game, so they don't end up the weekend in a total disarray, but they are a very unhappy lot.
Dr. Volleyball, tell us about it.
You know, this was a real tough weekend for Team Champion. I take a lot of responsibility. I came here Saturday morning and I couldn't breathe, and for some reason, they said I had a front rib and a back rib popped out, and I was miserable our first two matches, and that kind of put us out of the tournament. But we started playing well towards the end of the tournament, and I had some great therapy, you know, Saturday night, and we came out and played like we can play Sunday. So I'm looking forward to the next one.
And OP is 1-3 down at the bottom with Champion.
OP coming off of 2 tournament victories, down there in 4th place, another substandard performance.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. Paul Mitchell at 2-2.
Only a 2-2, but they did have flashes of greatness, and their inconsistent play is something they've got to take care of.
Well, it got them into the semis and into this finals. In the semis, they beat Sony, who was 3-1.
Sony had a great tournament, and Jeff Stork really coming into his own. Scott Fortune banging away, but came up just a little bit short.
But they lost that important match in the semifinals, and on top and in the finals, Speedo, led by Doug Partee.
Speedo, with the addition of Matt Lyles, is really a completely different team. They have confidence, and their 3-1 record shows that.
Sony Grand Prix, the Auto Sound Grand Prix is $150,000, John, and Team OP is at the top.
There's Brasinho, Salmons, and Wallace by virtue of their last 2 wins and their 1 win in the first tournament of the year. They're on the top, and they've always been a consistent performer. You don't see the names of people that haven't been. Look at that, $3,000. 63 points turns into $3,000. And that's extra mud, goes right in their shorts, and they can take it to the bank.
Yes, they do. Points mean money in the $150,000 Sony Auto Sound Grand Prix. Let's get to the action. Welcome back to the Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour Outdoor Products New Jersey Shootout. We're ready to watch Speedo, and let's set that team. Their setter is Rudy Dvorak, 2-time and NCAA All-American at USC. On the outside, Pepperdine All-American 6'3", 185. It's Matt Rigg. Their other outside, his first stop on the tour this year, Matt Lyles, national champion at Long Beach State. The middle blocker is Olympic gold medalist and 4-time NCAA champ, Doug Partee. Sato serves, 2-0 his lead. Oh, another tough serve. Working good on the good side, going into that win. Point opportunity, Williams sets deal. He's dug by Dvorak. Lyles chases it down. On a beautiful trickler by Rigg. How do you do that?
Well, Matt Rigg calculated the win perfectly, or did he get lucky?
Both. You know, he calculated well, and then a little bit of luck was tossed in, John.
There's the big swing. Doug, a nice up by Rudy Dvorak, diving into the sand, and it's going to come right in front of us. We see Matt Rigg just put a little spin shot. Now it's going to dance right along the top of the tape, and who does fortune favor? Matt Rigg on that one.
0-2 is the score as Matt Lyles serves it. Backside goes Sato to deal. He doesn't get away with it. Lyles is Doug. Deal hammers into Doug Partee, and Partee with a big block on Mike Deal. That's point number 1 for Speedo.
This is how he got the gold medal in '88. Eric Sato's going to back set that ball back here to his very reliable hitter, but Doug Partee makes the move, closes the block. Beautiful blocking form. See how he reached to the middle to close up that block and raises his fist. That's what they need, is a little spunk from Doug Partee.
That's right. The old guy can still move pretty good at the net. Oh, and Mike Deal makes a big mistake. He thought that ball was going to go long. The service hit right on the line, and Deal had no help from his teammates. Ace serve, we're tied at 2.
Passing the ball is one thing, but anticipating where it's going to go is something else, and Deal just made the wrong decision. He knows that friends would have helped him, but he had to make that decision in his own mind.
Yeah, he was all alone on that play. We're tied at 2. Matt Lyles with an ace service tied it up. Sato stays with Deal. And Deal hammers the line shot over Lyles.
A nice setting by Eric Sato. He's got confidence in this man, Mike Deal. He's been going to him regularly out there on the right side that time, and Deal turned that line very effectively.
Jeff Williams is at the service line. We spoke to Jeff earlier in the day about this deep sand here in Jersey.
Yeah, the conditions are very tough with this deep sand. You just got to make sure you get your steps there and get a little earlier, you know, approach a little earlier because it's really thick out here and it's making the ball very difficult.
The sand is one thing, and Willie's been overcoming that obstacle just fine so far.
Willie gets up out of the sand and hammers a jump serve. Dvorak chases down the pass. Matt Lyles tries to angle away from the block. Deal dug him. And Deal gets the line again. Mike Deal gets point number 3 for Paul Mitchell. Beautiful, beautiful play as we are now going to trade sides here on the court. It's 3 points for Paul Mitchell and 2 for Speedo. You stay with us. We'll be back. Reflections of a beautiful day on the Jersey Shore. Good looking girl. John, thanks for staying with us, folks. It's Pro Beach Volleyball from Bud Light. It's a great match here. Our teams, 3-2 the score, Paul Mitchell the lead. John, you talked about the matchups before, and you were right. It's passing and serving.
That's exactly what it comes down to. Look for some team to discover the sky ball, too. When you set that sky ball way up high with that high serve, it'll move around like crazy.
And there's a sky baller right there. It is Doug Partee, who's known for it. He's not serving, but when he does, watch him pop one up. Willie serves. Partee is blocked by Craig Buck. He gets one back. Buck gets point number 4 for Paul Mitchell.
You mentioned that Craig Buck can score points effectively. Now here we're going to see Doug Partee going into the middle, and that's Craig Buck, this man right here. That's his responsibility. He goes up and even moves to the inside a little bit, reading Doug Partee. Watch the movement of his arms as he goes up, sees the cutback from Partee, and makes the move. That's a sophisticated middle blocker.
We can hear the wind in our headsets. I have to assume you can hear it at home. It is blowing from behind Jeff Williams on that serve. Partee all alone, no block. And Eric Sato is back there going, I need a Patriot missile right here. I'm going to get hammered.
Well, Partee had just been blocked, and setter Rudy Dvorak knows that Doug Partee needs to be the man that's involved in this game. So you got to restore his confidence real quick, goes right to him, and Partee thunders it.
You got it, John. You got it. Matt Riggs serves down 2-4. Ooh, he almost missed that ball. He tossed it up on his jump serve and just about couldn't hit it. He should have not hit it, actually, right?
He can let it drop if he's unhappy with it. He just tried to cut it, put a lot of wrist on it, and drop it in short, but way too short. He goes, whoa, it's way back there.
Look at that. He goes, oh, I can't get it.
You see that ball, he wants it to be out in front of him when he wants to try his jump serve, and that time it blew back.
Yeah, it won't happen to Rigg again, but it is blowing. Outside to Lyles. Lyles hammers the ball in front of Deal.
Right,
nice hit.
Deal went up. Buck was reaching to close that block, and Deal did not quite close it enough. We get a look from right behind Matt Lyles, just a little bit of seam, and Buck was late in closing. Lyles with another kill.
Lyles given the signals. 4-2 is the score. Excuse me, 2-4 is the score as Partee serves. He floats serves long. Not a sky ball, John, and he's a great sky ball server.
Well, he does that often so he can get up to the net and have that time, but probably wishes he had skyballed on that one.
Doug Partee should have skyballed into that wind. Doug?
It is a little windy, and there is a good side and a bad side, but we have 2 real good ball control passers, 2 good beach players, so I think it doesn't hurt us at all. It may even be an advantage for us.
Partee is usually a master at that, and I'm sure he'll do it some more.
Breezy, breezy. Rudy Dvorak has to knuckle the ball over. It's a point opportunity for Deal. He gets way up. He is dug. He is not. Matt Rigg was there. I thought that ball was going to come up. It spun out of Rigg's control, and the score is now 5-2.
It is difficult to tell how tough it is to put heat on the ball because it is blowing around so much. In that time, Deal just cranked to that angle, got enough heat on it. Now, very few people are hitting the ball extremely hard. So Mike Deal, it's a tribute to him that he can get on that outside set.
There's Deal at the service line. Taps the ball over from the bad side. Lyles sees it go long. And Deal did the right thing. He served it deep, made the passers move back, but ball went out.
It's a thin line. Look at that wind whipping. These flags are going to be blowing over soon.
Dvorak jump serves. Try to sneak one in. Deal hammers one. Rigg cannot get to the ball, side out.
You know, Duffy, I think Mike Deal has something to prove. He hasn't had a great tournament, did not have a great finals last time he got close. I think he wants to prove that, hey, I can play at this level, under pressure, come to me.
I think Deal's teammates are looking for from him. They want consistencies. Get it out there. Lyles goes down the line. I thought there might have been a net, no call. Deal got deked. Lyle got the line.
Beautiful turn down the line for Matt Lyles. Remember, he's fresh from the national team. He's used to seeing great big Cuban and Russian blocks. He says, hey, I've seen stuff like that before. Boom, right down the line.
Matt Lyles just left the U.S. national team for some time at the beach. Got a reprieve, got out here, he's playing ball. Willie goes up high. Partee gets a hand on the ball, but nobody can cover the block. Williams gets the side out.
Jeff Williams trying to hit the ball straight down because he saw no block, but Partee just raises one big paw and gets a piece of it.
Eric Sato slaps his captain, Jeff Williams, on the backside and says, come on, captain, let's go get him. 5-2's the serve. Lyles gets way up. That guy can get out of this deep sand, side out.
Matt Lyles hit that ball down, but look what makes it happen. Doug Partee is going to go to the net right here, fake the middle, and watch what happens to the blockers. They both go up there for him after he makes his approach. The blockers are thinking Partee. Craig Buck kneels down and just makes a late move to get outside to get Matt Lyles. Partee's threat is what made that play work.
Credit Rudy Dvorak running a great offense right there. Williams pass Sato. Sato had the ball up on the net, decided to go with the left hand, but Matt Lyles stopped him. That's a point for Team Speedo. The score now, 3-5.
It's a quick point, too. Sato knows when that play works and he gets it over the net for a side out, it's very effective, but right there, Lyles was all over him.
Sato goes outside to Williams. He is tracked down by Lyles, but he couldn't control his dig.
I think Lyles was set to dig that ball as if there hadn't been any wind, and the ball floated even during the middle of that very strong hit by Jeff Williams.
He was there. And he is there. Waiting for the serve from Craig Buck. 5 serves 3. Back to Rigg they go. Sato is there. Oh, and Mike Deal from way outside gets another point for Paul Mitchell at 6-3. John, I want to talk about something. Matt Rigg right now, is he in this offense? I don't see a lot coming out of Matt.
They're not getting the ball to him. It's such a long set. That was a nice deep corner hit by Mike Deal. The defense had gone to the hard angle, his 5th kill now of the game.
Buck serves. And Rigg hits. Sato can't get there. There's Rigg with some O.
That's only his 2nd kill of the game, but sometimes when you're passing the ball to the right side and it's very windy like this, it's very difficult to make that long, high set to the outside. That's the one that Matt Rigg likes. That time he got a little shorter set to the inside, but you want to keep that ball low.
The wind is causing a lot of trouble for Rudy Dvorak on the good side, getting the ball out to Rigg, but Doug Partee will serve it. 3-6. Buck is blocked. Deal keeps it alive. Matt Lyles hammers the ball into Jeff Williams. That's a point for Speedo. 4 for Speedo and 6 for Paul Mitchell.
And a great job by Rudy Dvorak, who goes in. It's going to be setting the ball from right here. And watch, Matt Lyles is going to be coming out to get an approach. And Dvorak sees that there is no blocker at all on him. Jeff Williams has retreated off the net. Dvorak senses that fact. And Matt Lyles rises to the hammer. 4 kills now for Matt Lyles.
We will not get blown away here, and I don't think Speedo's going to get blown out of this thing either. Stay with us. We'll be back to beach volleyball. Welcome back to the Jersey Shore. Beautiful place with a lot of very friendly natives, John Lee. Thanks for joining us, folks. John Lee and Duffy Wilson. And John, it's time for Cut Shots. I can't wait.
Beach volleyball is more than a sport where you just hit the ball over the net, get the ball in the sand, and score points. Beach volleyball is really a way of life. And as we travel across the country, we have to stop and drink deeply from the rich cultural offerings that we find around us. And part of being here is just plain having fun. The richest resource of the New Jersey Shore is, of course, its people, its volleyball community. Over 250,000 of them played in volleyball tournaments last year right here. And when we came to town, I got a chance to be a part of it all. But there's more than just volleyball players in Seaside Heights. Cuisine looms large here on the boardwalk. And of course, there's the rides and the action of the casino pier. I don't feel so good.
Oh, John Lee almost lost his cookies up there, didn't he, John?
I'll tell you, it's a real trial.
It's so much fun. Doug Partey's at the service line. We traded sides. He's on the bad side now, but a good side for that serve.
Here's this guy.
Deal gets up, Rigg digs up. Buck out-jousts Rigg and Matt Lyles. I was watching the play, couldn't complete my thought. Whoops.
And there we see an example of how difficult it is to keep that ball where you want it when you set it. That time the high set over to Matt Rigg, and he blew around too much. That time another high set cross court to Lyles to finish the play, and he just couldn't time it. Ball's moving around too much.
Lyles looking around. Deal will deal the serve. Hard jump serve, top spin, trouble for Rigg, and trouble for everybody. John, you talked about serving, you talked about passing. It had to include that jump serve from Mike Deal.
Mike Deal is the big banger. When that jump serve is clicking for him, it's instant points. And these are the ideal conditions for a guy with a huge arm like Deal's.
Ace serve for that man, Mike Deal, the rookie out of UCLA. He was the player of the week when he played at UCLA in the NCAA. Came out here, had some great tournaments. This might be one. Here it comes. Another bullet at Rigg. Took it in the chest. Buck sees a lot of court. Rigg keeps it alive. Partey says, help! Could be. It is not. Great dig by Dvorak, and the fans go crazy as Buck goes up, puts the ball away, and I think there was even a net called on that play as Bobby Clark was pointing fingers at people.
Look at Craig Buck. Craig Buck in a setting roll now, in a beautiful set in these windy conditions, and there goes some thunder. Back over the net, and Craig Buck just rises and from on high cuts it down to the sand.
We're going to take a timeout. I know Team Speedo wants to talk it over. You stay with us. We'll be back to beach volleyball when we return. Welcome back to the beach, and if there wasn't enough fun units to recreate at here on the shore, we brought in the Sony Auto Sound Tour Truck to entertain the people. There's a stage, there's a sound room, there's a ride you go on, John. It's so much fun. Let's take a look at something here, John. Talk to me about that stuff, the digging.
Okay, where they set. Now, each team has certain tendencies. The ideal is to spread it around. On the left side, Matt Rigg has been getting 33% of the sets, Partey 30%, and Lyles 37%. That is excellent distribution. On the other side, Williams with only 20%. He doesn't get set that much, and Buck 42 and Deal 38. So Buck and Deal, the primary hammers.
John Lee digging deep for those interesting stats. Where the ball's going, where you're going to try to find out. Where it's going to be hit, it's Deal. He's had a couple of ace serves. Matt Lyles is blocked by Deal and Buck, and I mean he was stuffed.
Mike Deal playing with more emotion than I've seen him play with for quite some time now. There's a big swing by Mike Deal on that jump serve, and then he scrambles all the way to the net. And he's scrambling to the net, and then he becomes a blocker, gets there just in time to go up and over and close down that line authoritatively on Matt Lyles. And there's the enthusiasm.
Whoa, he is pumped up. 9-4 is his lead. He is on the good side, serving into the wind. Makes that jump serve do this. Boom! Just out. Just outside.
Took a little too much that time. But if he's going to generate points like that, he can try the high-risk serve.
Pumped up with a big lead is Mike Deal.
Mike Deal's going to go up and keep that ball in front of his body. He wants to contact the ball out here. Take a look and see where he contacts it in front of his body. Boom. Wide that time, but he's got the nice snap and gets his entire back into the ball.
Now he's looking at service from Rudy Dvorak. Williams in the middle, a trouble ball. It stays on Paul Mitchell's side. They're good and they're lucky. That time Deal got underneath the ball. It goes out. A big point for Speedo. 5 for Speedo, 9 for Paul Mitchell.
Deal is a big ball hitter. He's going to try and swing at the ball almost all the time. He's not one to rely on finesse that time. Swung at it a little too high, got under it like you said, Duff.
Rudy Dvorak serves, 5-9. Deal delivers cross court, good for the side out.
Same ball this time. He says, hey, I'm here to swing. And he goes up to the high, deep corner. So he's really the man. He's getting the lion's share of the sets here.
He's getting it all. One of the knocks on Deal was he always tried to hit a winner, John. He tried too often to hit the ball too hard and too tough.
His 6th kill of the game. He's doing just fine today.
He's doing okay. Eric Sato, the setter. Paul Mitchell serves it up. Spanks one. Rigg handles it well. Block by Buck. Marti has to dump it over. Williams bangs off the block. Lyles chases it down. Try again. Played against Sam, but Mike Deal plays again. Another phone booth play. They locked him up.
He is closing down that left side with a lot of authority. Up strong, and when you're a line hitter, you do not want to get tooled. You don't want to let that player use your outside hand. So Mike Deal turns it in over the net. You can see his wrist snapping over on top of the net. His 3rd stuff block now.
They are pumped up. Paul Mitchell is up now 10-5 over Speedo, and we'll be right back to the beach. Hi everybody, how you doing, as they say? Doing fine here on the Jersey Shore. Having a great day, the fans are out. Beautiful. The little fans are out too, John. But a big lead right now is developed for Paul Mitchell. They're 10-5 over Team Speedo.
It's a big lead, and it's on the big arm of Mike Deal. He has just been delivering from the good side. He's on the bad side now. Let's see if he can keep that serve in on this side, or if he's going to keep going for it. Sato back there to serve now, another great jump serve. As many people anticipated, the wind and that big jump serve go together just fine.
Deal ducking under the tape. Ready to receive serve from Eric Sato. Sato's got to get it going for his team. Marti takes a whiff at the ball. Buck taps it deep and it just goes outside out. Craig Buck had a shot there, too long.
He's got to make that decision up there. He's mad at himself. He got a pretty clear shot at it. At least he wants to keep that ball in. He'll come right back though.
Little guy shagging balls, just got a hero from the public address announcer here. And you can't serve out down 5-10. Can you, John?
Well, there's Lyles, and he's trying his jump serve. He's got a very big arm. He really does snap on that ball. Tons of topspin, but just a little too much that time.
Jeff Williams will serve, 10 serving 5. Ooh, and Lyles goes wide. That is a point against Matt Lyles. We've got to talk to him. He's been indoors, and he says, hey, I'm okay on the beach. This is my home, too.
Yeah, I do feel at home. I've been playing on the beach for about 2 weeks now that I left the national team. And, you know, I started playing on the beach right after high school, and, yeah, I do feel right at home.
Well, he hit that ball out of the house, and he wants to come right back. If he's going to feel at home right now, he's got to get this next swing down.
Yeah, I hope it's not a doghouse, John. Come on. Oh, and that pass is real tight. Rudy Dvorak has to back off. boy, Paul Mitchell's having their way. Dug by Dvorak, and that ball will go wide, and uh-oh, look out, another point for Paul Mitchell. It's 12 for Paul Mitchell and 5 for Speedo.
Nice digging in the back row by Williams. Set by Sato, and a big bang to the deep, and Rudy Dvorak digs it, but the ball goes up and blows and lands out of bounds.
A great final match here. Playing in the tournament this weekend, a gentleman, a family man. It's time for Beach Boys, and let's see what Jeff Stork has to say.
I probably feel at home mostly in Italy. It's a situation where I've been there for the last 5 years, 8 months out of the year, and we've developed quite a family over there. 2 of my kids were born there. My wife, with the 3rd child, was pregnant most of the time, and we've developed quite a family life over there. The game of volleyball is a game of errors. It's easy to say, but if you don't make any errors, you're not going to lose. And that's kind of the way it is with volleyball, and experience plays a big part of that. Changing diapers, it's always fun. I mean, you get, oh, I can go on and on about stories. I love throwing diapers at people, especially the ones who don't have kids. They absolutely freak out. People who have kids, they just catch it and throw it back to you. You know, it's no big deal. You get a lot of glory hitting the ball, and I like doing it. I think I'd be pretty good. Maybe not at the highest level, but certainly in college I did pretty well. So I had a good time hitting the ball. I still get the occasional straight down spike, but they don't happen very often. You know what? I haven't surfed in so long. I probably wouldn't do very well. But actually, let me take that back. I'd probably do okay because I'd use a longboard, and you're not going to do a whole lot on a longboard. You walk up to the nose, you walk back, you do a little bit of this and that, and so it's kind of like walking, I think, or riding a bike. You may not have done it for a while, but you probably get right back out there and do it.
Jeff Stork has mastered many courts in many foreign countries, and he's a master out here as well.
He's great. Beach Boys has been brought to you by Nestea. Just get a little bit wet, plunge in with Nestea. Come on, plunge in, Doug. He does. Yes, side out.
And a lot of these players are master diaper changers. Doug Partee is one of them. His wife is pregnant now, but he says that he holds the Western States record for changing a diaper. Jeff Stork now a contender.
5-12 is the score as Matt Rigg takes that Mikasa Beach chant and tosses it up, hammers it. Williams, a little hammer of his own, side out.
Nice high rip by Willie that time. The set on the outside, that's his 3rd kill. Jeff Williams, we said he only got 20% of the sets, but that means he often has fewer blockers. That time he had 2 blockers. They were kind of late arriving. Willie with a very well-placed shot to the corner.
Buck serves, 12-5. Rigg with a pass. Rudy Dvorak goes all the way across the defense with his offense and gets the side out.
And what a beautiful set by Rudy Dvorak.
Beautiful.
As he goes down, brought over to the left-hand side now. Everybody's thinking he's going to get that ball way over here. People are thinking he's going to go with this set, but no. Shoots it back. A very nice 5 all the way across court. Goes down to his knee and shoots that thing back, beating the block. Only 1 blocker. Thump.
Sweet.
Matt Lyles with a kill. 5 kills now for Matt Lyles.
5-12. Partee at the service line, the captain of Team Speedo. Deal getting way up. Partee with the block. But side out goes to Paul Mitchell. What, John?
Mike Deal has gotten tentative in past finals and not really been the man, but right now he is really stating his case, saying, I am one of the premier players out here. Doug Partee up on me, big gold medal blocker. I don't care. I'm just going to give it a rip. I'm young, and I'm a hammer.
Yeah, when he was in the gym at UCLA, he saw all those trophies and everything else and went, here's Doug now. I get to play against him. Service from Deal. Rigg gets, ooh, he hit that ball long. Bobby Clark says out. Hitting errors are not going to help Speedo at this time. That's 13 points now for Paul Mitchell and 5 for Speedo.
Not many errors left for Speedo. They're on the good side. They need to make those side outs smoothly so they can get their jump serves and produce points.
They're lighting the coals over here on the Paul Mitchell side right now. Oh, Deal. Wow.
They've got Speedo in trouble. Speedo's just scrambling to even try and get side out. Mike Deal just wants to get that ball in, keep the pressure on the other guy.
It's going to be a big comeback if it does. Rudy Dvorak serves at 5-13. Oh, Deal tools the block on Lyles. Side out.
Eric Sato knows that Mike Deal is his hot hitter, so he's getting the ball to him whenever he can, at every opportunity. Here, Mike, do it again, and again,
and again. Sato serves. Big lead. Next play, Lyles makes it work.
Again, Partee going up early, had 2 blockers on him. Lyles comes through, and Buck gets up there. Buck gets up there a little bit afterwards. Not enough to stop Matt Lyles. Big middle, had both men thinking about it, and they were both off the net. Not a very good block on that X because Doug Partee froze him.
Nice X. Lyles, jump serve deep. Sato chases it down. Buck, Sato. He can play ball.
Sato says, hey, it's my chance to get a swing. I'm going to do it all. Goes up and thunders.
You heard the score. Jeff Williams will serve it. Doug Partee is blocked. Oh, a huge block. 2 guys went up. Partee had no hope.
We mentioned that Greg Buck was the man that was doing it late in games for Paul Mitchell, and he was the one they'd be looking for, but now it is absolutely Mike Deal. Deal and Buck together on this, and watch Deal up and over the net. 4 stuffed blocks now, I think, for Mike Deal.
14-5 is the score. We'll be at match point when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Seaside Heights, New Jersey, the Outdoor Products New Jersey Shootout. It's a 14-5 match right now, and we talk about Craig Buck. This is what he had to say about setting the ball.
Late in the game, I'd like to see the ball. I'd like to go to the hot hitter at the time. You know, I think it's important to find the hot guy. You know, I feel like I have a lot of experience, and I'm not going to make too many hitting errors, but not necessarily needed to go to me, but to the hot guy.
Nobody wants the ball more than Buck, but he knows that Mike Deal at this point in the game is the hot man. And he says, you do it for me, that's fine. My paycheck's the same.
I'll take the money.
You be the man.
I've been the horse a lot of times. I'll ride you. That was match point service, and the ball's still alive for Paul Mitchell. It goes over. This could be it. Oh, and Eric Sato got in front of Jeff Williams in the backcourt.
A little mix-up back there. Eric Sato, anxious to get his team back together, says, hey, my fault. We see some great scrambling there. Ball over the net. 2 guys, both on it now. That's where a team needs to communicate.
That's all right. They were both trying to get that ball.
At 14, you're not going to let that ball drop.
Riggs serves way down. Deal is way up. Gee whiz.
Mike Deal said, yeah, this deep sand is really a problem. You can only jump about 38 inches here.
He's putting on a clinic, John Lee.
10 kills now. Says it's windy. I don't care. Set it high. I just ripped that thing. Look at, even on the slow-mo replay, it's tough to slow down that arm swing of Mike Deal.
Match point. Craig Buck has it. This is it. 14-5. I should say this could be. Partee is blocked. Another chance to side out. Lyles does not side out. It is Craig Buck and Mike Deal. They shut him down. A huge win by Paul Mitchell. They dominated Speedo.
How fitting that Mike Deal finishes the game the way the whole game went, with big blocks at the net. There's a happy man. He says, hey, this is my league.
Mike Deal has been inconsistent on the tour. He has certainly had his good days, and he has had his bad days, John. But right there, Jeff Williams, the man that picked up the UCLA Bruin deal, says, we are #1. And John, let's talk a little bit about Mike Deal's play.
Well, earlier in the tournament, I was thinking that he had just kind of flicked it in and maybe thought of a career elsewhere because he was playing so lackluster without any of that emotion that we see there. And there is a man who is happy and has boldly stated his case to his illustrious teammates. His teammates, all gold medalists and national team members, had lost confidence in him. He says, hey, not only should you have confidence in me, but under pressure, you can have confidence in me.
Yeah, you can go to Mike Deal, and Paul Mitchell went to Mike Deal, and what they got was a big win, 15-5 over Speedo.
It's going to really change the momentum of this entire season for Team Paul Mitchell, because there is the big block, and you can see that he's well over the net, hiking, reaching with that left arm, and there's Craig Buck. he says, hey, I don't mind not having blocked that last ball. I'll let Mike Deal do it.
Mike Deal, Craig Buck, Eric Sato, and Jeff Williams, Team Paul Mitchell. John Lee and Duffy Wilson will be back with the winners when we return. Welcome back to Seaside Heights, New Jersey. A great match here in stop number 8 of the Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. Without any further delay, let's go down to my partner, John Lee, courtside.
I'm down here with some very happy guys, Craig Buck and Mike Deal of Team Paul Mitchell. That's a huge win. Why was it such a big win for you guys?
Because we won. That's
well,
a big one.
You guys haven't been winning everything, though.
No, we finally put it together at the right time. I think Mike stepped up here, and as a team, we communicated a lot better in transition. So that really, we scored points when we needed to.
Indeed, you did. And here's the man that was doing a lot of that point scoring. Mike Deal, both from the service line and from blocking, you were on fire.
Yeah, I just felt like I was unstoppable. Like, didn't matter who was going to hit the ball, I was going to be in his face. And I had my hands around the ball a few times, and I just felt like nothing was going to get by me. And like I just got rid of all my errors earlier in the tournament, and to come, from playing 4 games today and win this tournament, it's a great feeling.
You really melded with the team well, and you and Buck, a big unstoppable wall. I know you guys got a flight to catch, but boy, just drink deep of a great victory.
All right, thanks.
Back to you, Duffy.
Thanks a lot, John. Congratulations to both of those gentlemen down there. A huge 15-5 win for Team Paul Mitchell over Team Speedo. We'll be right back after this. The 1994 Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour has been brought to you by Bud Light. Make it a Bud Light. And by Paul Mitchell for fit, vibrant hair, hair that is nourished by the elements of the earth. It was a beautiful sunny day here at the beach, and the beach is not closed. I don't care what somebody else tells you. Duffy Wilson and John Lee here. A big win for Paul Mitchell going up against Team Speedo. John, I want to talk about this a little bit. We've ranted and raved about how well Paul Mitchell did, but do you think Speedo was flat since they were the winners of the round-robin play, and they sat and waited, and Paul Mitchell went out and played some great ball?
Well, we've seen that happen over and over again, where the team that wins the pool seems to have an advantage because they get to rest, but in actuality, they cool off, and I think that happened a little bit. They stepped out onto the court, again into the deep sand and into the very windy conditions, and it didn't seem like they had the confidence that had characterized their play throughout the tournament. So I think they cooled off, and Paul Mitchell just stayed on fire.
In the future, when you go up into a situation like this where you go against a team that's very hot, you come out and you're very flat, what exactly could Speedo have done?
Well, they might have just tried a jump serve or two to get going. They tried the long warm-up. It seems like they did everything right, but it didn't really work. What did work was Mike Deal just setting it on fire. Now, Craig Buck was the man I thought was going to be the big hammer, the big blocker. Turns out that Mike Deal picked up the slack and carried that team. And we said that Craig Buck will gladly accept that secondary role, and he did. He was glad to see that young man step up. And now I feel that they really came together as a team, and they trust each other now in these pressure situations.
Paul Mitchell started out the season, they looked very good. They changed setters. They had a rookie outside hitter and a rookie setter, right? They changed setters. They got Eric Sato off the U.S. national team. Very few changes made by Speedo. They brought in Matt Lyles. I have to think that Matt's going to have a better weekend next time when he comes out.
Well, he had a great weekend up until the very finals. They won 3 games yesterday, just dominating play, and they did the best that they've done all year long. So I'm sure that Matt Lyles is very happy. Doug Partee, the team captain who makes those personnel decisions, he's very happy as well, and Matt Lyles is definitely at home.
A very happy Paul Mitchell squad as they win a big 15-5 victory over Team Speedo here. An inconsistent Mike Deal, he was not inconsistent in this final. Mike Deal taking the pressure off of Craig Buck, going outside time and time again, and a huge win for Team Paul Mitchell and their captain Jeff Williams. For John Lee, I'm Duffy Wilson. For everybody at ESPN and the Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour, we'll see you next time at the beach. This has been a presentation of CE Sports and Bud Sports in association with ESPN.